Yo, what's up, guys? My name's Kavi. I've been in the info space for a year and a half now, collected close to 2 million for clients and through closing and management. And really, when you're on Instagram, you see all these dickheads. They have a free trading Discord. So today I just wanted to go over how I would take a free trading Discord from 0 to 100K per month. So we'll just go into like the tactical steps that would actually go into doing that. I'm going to use my good friend Bernardo here as an example. I actually don't know him, but I'm going to use him as an example. But cool. Really, the very first stage as we get into this is just like validating the offer, right? So we can set up the Discord server to actually start bringing the leads, but really, like at the same time, we need to figure out the offer positioning, right? Because this is essentially how we're going to differentiate ourselves from the thousands of other trading coaches who are selling a fucking program on trading, right? So we need to find some way to make us unique. It could even be something small, but we need some sort of general idea about how we actually want to position ourselves before we even get any clients or anything along those lines, right? Even from that perspective as well, like as we set up the Discord, we want to set up some sort of lead magnet, just some way to essentially capture their email, because the Discord server, you don't own it. Like you kind of do, but like you don't really have that much information. The Discord server, like let's say fucking something happens, boom, gone, right? And you want to make sure that you have their emails, because I mean that's just going to help with any sort of messaging, anything along those lines in terms of like actually nurturing them, turning them into a high ticket client, but also just actually having that because it's yours, right? So you'll have the emails, you have the basic offer positioning, and now we want to just start getting the first couple clients. So before this, you're going to be posting some content, like specifically for this dude. He already has a Discord server there's some people in there. There were a decent amount of people in there. He has some structure and some basis to be able to actually start generating leads, right? So essentially what you're going to want to do is just do some sort of announcement in the Discord. Just like, hey, I'm doing coaching. If you're interested, let me know. It'll probably be like an investment of like a low 4-figure investment, like a few grand, and it'll be cheaper for the first students because I want to make sure I get you guys good results. You can just fucking freestyle it, but ideally they have some sort of connection to you. You're actually giving good value, and yeah, you can do that. Like a really good structure is like, for example, if you just do like 1 or 2 live tradings with like everybody in the server, and then maybe for the one-on-one students it'd be like every day, right? And then obviously you'll just coach them as well, but it's like kind of a way where the people in the free program can still taste it, but they don't have access to everything. And that's the same thing with actually like adding a free course in there. I would definitely recommend putting a free course in the Discord. Like he has one. But if you guys know of Imperium Academy, it's essentially Charlie Morgan's school course, and it's really fucking good, right? And the better this is, the more value that's in this, the more likely people are going to be to actually want to work with you one-on-one, because the free value is just so good. So anyway, that's kind of the point I was getting at with the actual private client channel there. And cool. So we'll essentially have that set up. We'll get our first 5 to 10 clients, and the goal of this phase, it's not really to be hitting any crazy numbers. You might hit like a 10, 20K month, but it's more so just to validate the offer and get some basic client results, and just set up the infrastructure in terms of like the fulfillment, the basic systems, everything along those lines. So cool, that's been completed. That's phase 1. Now we go into phase 2, and this is going to be actually starting to pump out more content so that you can actually start getting more leads, because now we know it works, right? We just need to get more leads. So easiest way, just in terms of organic content, just some ideas like contrarian takes and opinions. This would be good for like top of funnel type of stuff. Any sort of lifestyle as well, it could be good for top of funnel. And then client results and case studies, that'll be good for bottom of funnel content. And then any sort of systems, like any sort of proof of knowledge or proof of skill, that's all going to be middle of funnel. You could do like 40% middle of funnel, 40% top of funnel, 20% bottom of funnel, and it's a pretty good system to be following. The thing is, I want to say post like 2 to 4 reels a day, but even as you get ramped up into it, like I know for me, like even for the shit that I'm doing, I'm just going to be posting like 1 reel a day and also like 1 YouTube video a week. So like I'm not going crazy, but like I would say, dude, if you want to get this shit pumping, like 2 to 4 reels a day, 1 to 2 YouTube videos a week is pretty solid. And then you can also build out like the actual offer stack. I don't think a mid ticket is actually necessary, especially when you're starting. But definitely high ticket. Even you could have some potential low ticket, and then obviously the free Discord. And then really, I think this is the most important part of the actual second phase. It's going to be the actual infrastructure of the funnel, because now that you have more and more people actually coming in, you want to make sure that you can nurture them better, especially if they go to your coaching. Like, you want them to actually be, like, the VSL on there to actually be, like, doing some level of selling. Even though if they're in the Discord with you, like, they probably already like you. This is an example of Bernardo's funnel here. There's no, like, VSL or anything. But it makes sense. It's just organic, right? But what's your main goal with trading right now? It's just some basic questions there, right? So, and the messaging, become a 6-figure funded and profitable trader in less than 12 weeks. If this doesn't work, we'll personally. That's interesting. I'm not going to lie. That's honestly not bad. I'm curious to see how that actually works specifically. But, yeah, I would honestly just recommend as you start bringing in more people. He's probably in the early stages, but as you start bringing in more people, at least just have some sort of video there to just sell people on it a little more. And then, cool, just set up some basic automation so that these people get routed into a CRM as well. So that's kind of what I mean by sales systems. And then you can also just route them over to Slack to see who's booking calls, and then any sort of ManyChat automations as well in Instagram. Because the idea now is it's not just going to be like, it is going to be Discord, like we're going to funnel them into there, but we really want to set up systems so that even after they join the Discord and they book in a call for coaching, we can actually easily convert them. And then essentially once volume starts to become the main bottleneck, that's when it's going to make sense to add a DM setter or just a setter in general. And really the goal of phase 2 is to break through that first like 30 to 50K month. And then once we do that, we move into phase 3, right? And this is when it actually starts to turn into a business instead of more of like a job that you're really dependent on. So this is where you're actually going to get off sales calls, right? Once it's been validated, you're pushing that like ideally around 50K per month mark, you can bring on a closer. Realistically, if the offer's doing 50K per month, closer's not going to be like amazing, but they can be trained. And especially if the offer's scaling, they can get bought in, right? It's really not too hard to train a closer for a fucking 50K a month completely organic trading BizOp offer. Like that's not the most challenging business venture in the entire world, right? So that shouldn't be too hard. Let's see. Yep, just more content. This is where you could even start pumping more to like 2 to 4 reels. Because the thing is, like even for me, I'm doing one a day, but then it's like, shit, bro. Once I start making money, I'm just double down on it. It's kind of backwards thinking. You might as well just double down on it from the start. But like, especially once you're getting off sales calls, you just start pumping more content. That's just going to lead to more brand authority, obviously. And literally, what the beauty of it is, you're going to have the system running. All you have to do is focus on content. You're going to have a sales team in there. You're going to have someone managing, closing. You're going to have all the systems set up. So they literally just go into the Discord. They fucking click, they go to they see a tab that says like one-on-one coaching. Or in the course itself, the free course, you could just CTA it at the end of every single fucking video, right? And then you don't have to actually do anything. The funnel is going to take care of everything. The sales reps are actually going to be closing. You just have to focus on content and fulfillment so that everything is actually running without you and you're actually at a stage where it's an actual business. And the goal here is to break past 50K and, eventually scale to 100K per month. And that's essentially the full system. It actually is, it's simple, but it's not easy, right? Because the way this really works in real time is you make a change, you analyze it, you take like 72 hours, you see what's happening with the data, you fix it. You change it, if it's good, you keep it. If it's bad, you revert it. And you just keep testing different variables and you just iterate very quickly, continuously pump out content. And honestly, setting up the systems is not super fucking difficult, especially if you know what you're doing. Like just a basic VSL, just some sales systems, training the team. It's not really hard. And yeah, it really shouldn't be that crazy, especially if you're actually good at what you're doing. So if you guys have any questions on this, let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great night and you're able to fucking scale your trading Discord to 100K per month. Peace.